Stars is rank 1 with an Electro Boots charge and Root Rider cookie, and today we're going to show some of his attacks, including the craziest usage of the Electro Boots you've ever seen. Here is the event army Stars is running, but most importantly, it is the haste file with the Electro Boots with 4 invis, and instead of a recall spell, Stars is bringing a revive spell, and I'm going to tell you this, it looks kind of OP. So Stars uses the first invis and then is generally using the haste vial ability straight after that first invis spell, going through the base. Look at the perfect timing there, because of the timing it takes for the invis spells and the Spirit Fox. It works out really well. But I want you to have a look at this here. So Stars, RC's fighting the multi here, and actually invises the multi, but look at this, because of the aura, the multi inferno is going to go down anyway, and this is something I'd recommend it for you all when you're using this aura ability. You don't have to be perfect with your invis. In fact, cutting a path towards the core is often advised, because then your aura is doing more. If your aura is hitting different buildings than what your RC is targeting, that's better, right? Alright, another thing I love about the RC charge, by the way, is the fact that you're pulling out the CC, because then you can just deal with the CC easily. The CC is one of the best defensive parts of your base, particularly if it's Ice Golems versus a Root Rider hit. But without that defensive CC and without the entire core of your base, Tan Boom here is going to struggle to get a defense. And instead of what we see with a lot of different armies, particularly Stars when he comes in with the Super Witch Fireball, we are going to send our Queen inside the base here. No need to send her on the outside of the base. We've got the cookies to do that. Now, if you're watching this video right now when the event isn't on, and therefore you don't have the cookies, with the cookies in the army, you obviously have to drop them. You can bring a bunch of Valks or Super Barbs if you're willing to put in the Dark Elixir. Instead, bring 1 or 2 extra Root Riders, and then you're still going to be fine. Use your Queen on the flank rather than in the core. Now, I did miss it because I'm a bit of a noob, but Stars revives the Royal Champion much later in the attack. You don't want to revive her immediately because most of the base is still shooting at her. Wait until you're towards the end of the attack, then revive her when she's being tanked for by either your spells or some of your back end cookies or Valks, and you'll get plenty of 3 stars. If you're just here for the thumbnail attack or the video title attack, this is the replay for you. This is frankly the most ridiculous use of the Electro Boots I've ever seen and probably will ever see. So have a look at this clan castle here. Notice that there is a lot of defenses right next to it. It's kind of surrounded by defenses. So the Royal Champion is going to be standing next to it for a long time. Now, a couple of troops have come out, but there's still likely a couple of Ice Golems or maybe even a Hound in the CC. But look at this. It's seriously low on health, and yep, the clan castle just got removed. What? I did not think this would be possible. We thought it was toxic when players were using the Fireball to remove the CC. Now you can do it with the Electro Boots as well. Now, can it work on every base? Obviously not, but that's frankly the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. The CC is not going to be relevant in this attack. Was it relevant in the last attack? Not really, but I mean, if I was the defender watching this, I would feel so ripped off, but also like, this is a clickbait video. I'm going to be on YouTube. So Stars comes in, yet again, he's going to use the Warden ability really early. He's only got 3 Root Riders. They've just got to get him to the core of the base, and then the Earthquake ability, the Earthquake Boots on the King, will get you the rest of the way. And then the cookies are just going to do insane damage on the outside of the base. I mean, look, this Earthquake Boots ability is about to be ridiculous. Pops it right there, opens up the entire back end of the base, weakens the Town Hall as well, and then Stars is going to use the Overgrowth on the back end of the base. I reckon in most of the replays you see today, as he revives the Royal Champion, the Overgrowth isn't really needed. It's just you guys might need it because, I mean, none of us are as good as Stars, obviously. But yet again, a really good use of why the Revive might be better than the Recall. Because the Recall, you're going to get your troops back, and they're going to be at the same health as you left them. The Revive, you can get them up to 75% HP, like Stars is doing here, and bring it in the center of the base, which is exactly where Stars wanted her. Now, this won't be quite as valuable as taking down the clan castle, but Stars, from all the way over here, is going to take down the town hall. And I want to talk about something. So, Stars is popping the haste vial ability really early. The reason you want to do that Well, not necessarily early, but the main reason he's doing it right now is because there's a lot of defenses near each other. If you use the Haste Vial when there's not a lot of defenses nearby, the Royal Champion's going to be bouncing back and forth, and your Invis spell can only, cover so much space. So you want to use the Haste Vial ability when there's a lot of defenses really close to each other, so that your Invis spell that you put down gets the maximum possible usage, because the Royal Champion in Stars Hits here is doing a really good job of staying inside the Invis spell so that she can get further through the base. I'm really bad at putting my Invis spells down personally. The Royal Champion will often run outside it, and then she's going to take extra damage. So make sure you maximize that Haste Vial ability in terms of your Invis spells. Just something worth thinking about. Something that Stars is obviously doing amazingly. So we got the Queen on the right-hand side here, coming in with the Warden. I think something that's really interesting about now the Royal Champion charge being super strong is 2-3 years ago, and for the 5 years before that, Queen charging has been the strongest charge in terms of heroes. But now Warden charging and Royal Champion charging is far stronger than Queen charging. Queen charging is really not it at the moment. The only... you can't really Minion Prince charge or King charge, but honestly, if you gave Minion Prince charging a go, it still might be better than Queen charging. Just kind of interesting to see the evolution of the game. I personally do miss Queen charges, but I know that it's kind of cool to have new things in the game. Now, I want to point out a few things here. One, look at when Stars revives the Royal Champion, and two, look at how Stars is going to deal with this defensive Royal Champion on the outside of the base. Just use the cookies and an Ice Golem to deal with it. Like, defensive heroes are such a huge part of defending. Just completely neutralize it with, what, one cookie and one Ice Golem. Whilst that was happening, that is when Stars came in with the revive. Just, you don't want the Royal Champion to get out in front and tank. She needs to get a bit of health back. She won't quite obviously be full HP. And yeah, the cookies are going to finish off this base. Completely ridiculous how good this attack strategy is at the moment. And I don't see this stopping when the event stops. Even though you'll lose the cookie, just bring Valks or Super Barbs instead. Sadly, this is the last attack of the video. Thanks again to Stars for sharing the replays though. For those of you who don't know, Stars is part of the Blueprint team. That's why we are able to get these replays quite consistently. Basically, outside of Stars' own personal YouTube channel, this is the best place to see his attacks. And I'm going to try and always break them down for you. A week ago, we did... Stars, what was he using? Oh, the Super Witch Fireball attack strategy at Town Hall 17. We got some replays of him, some replays of Klaus as well. And generally, once a month, we do a live stream with his attacks. So if you want to see a live stream and hang out with me live in the chat, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and you'll get the notifications for when we go live. Look at this charge. This is ridiculous. Dealt with a lot of the CC as well, weakened the Town Hall, and just taken a huge chunk out of the base. And yet again, we're just kind of neutralizing this CC. Now, this is a bit of a messy CC with two witches. You got to kind of delay the poison spell. So the Queen is going to take a little bit of damage here, but it doesn't really matter in the end. And this attack strategy really isn't that slow, so we can take our time with this. This attack does get a little close on time. I think it's like 15 seconds left, but still, easy 3-star strategy. Cookie's coming up and doing its thing. Look at it, hit one-shots through the wall. Kind of a ridiculous mechanic, but people love the troop for a reason. Also, let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see a live stream of Stars this month. I'm unsure if I want to do it this month because it's kind of just going to be him spamming this army over and over again, and we've just done a video on this army. But if you'd like to see it, let me know and I'll get him and Klaus on. Wonder what Klaus is doing with this event. Look at... I know some of you might be complaining that I'm not really analyzing the attacks here, but what is there to analyze? The attack was over a minute ago when Stars took down the entire core of the base, and it's kind of a procession when it comes to the cookies and the Root Riders. They are extremely strong, and yeah, look at this. Complete overkill here. Moving across the base with the troops, we got the Hogs and the Valks coming out of the CC. If I were to guess, I'll show you at the end of this replay. By the way, this replay finishes in 25 seconds and there's 38% of the base left. Ridiculous. I'm pretty sure Stars is bringing 5 Valks and 3 Hogs. That's a pretty common ground attack strategy CC we're seeing at Town Hall 17. But I will confirm it for you all so that you can see it. In case you haven't figured out what his hero equipment is yet, there it is. Some of these attacks was with level 26 boots. Some was with level 27 electro boots. Both of them are really good. Level 21's even pretty good if you want to run it. Yep, there you go. 3 Hogs, 5 Valks. You've now got everything you need. As long as you've got the Electro Boots upgrade, you've got everything you need to dominate Legends League like Stars is currently.